Hi there, thanks for checking out another one of our videos. This is the first time you've ever been to our channel and seen one of our videos. We appreciate you finding us. What this is going to be about is kind of a review of this particular unit. This is a old style Gallagher unit. It's called the Wrangler. It's a one stored joule unit, probably outputs half a joule or more. Pretty old school, reliable unit. They made this unit from probably the mid 90s to the early 2000s, maybe late 90s, probably mid 90s to the early 2000s, maybe 2005 or 6, probably when they phased it out. This particular unit is, if you look at the number there, that G number is kind of like the product code for the whole Energizer itself, but there's a serial number. It's either down here or over here, sometimes on the front, down here at the bottom somewhere, but this particular one, or sometimes even on the back. Well, this has gone on the back too. So it's either going to be on the front right here in the corner, somewhere at the bottom, or be on the back. This particular unit says it's for inside use only. It's an AC model, so keep it indoors if you can, or if it's outside, protect it. But if you look at the serial number, the first 5 digits is the date of the thing. So it looks like 04311. So 04 is a year. 31 is the week of that year, and the number 1 right there next to my thumb is the day. So this is manufactured 2004 on the 31st week on the first day of that week of that year, basically. So it's a mid 2004 model was when it was built. This was a really good unit. Sold a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there. They don't make it anymore, of course, but they made a later version called the Wrangler /M100. Then that one phased out, and now it's got the M120 or an M80 or M60. That's kind of in the same realm as this one. But this old school unit, I mean, these things put out a lot of voltage. This particular one puts out 11,000 volts at like 1 joule, or maybe 10,000 volts at 1 joule. Pretty basic. Has one little light here that flashes on there. It's a neon bulb, and it kind of clicks and flashes a little bit there. You can kind of hear, not very loud, pretty quiet unit. But we'll go ahead and test across here. Show you the voltage readout. Let me turn my light on here so you can see. They're sitting at 10,000 volts. So pretty stout little unit voltage wise. They don't go bad very often. Lightning gets them or age. But this one had some lightning damage to it. Repaired the board, replaced the fuse. That was about it. It just lightning, blew the fuse out for one, but it did a lot of other damage on the output sides and some of the tracking and traces on the board. But we repaired all that, cleaned all that up, and got it going again for the guy. I mean, it's $100 unit, give or take, depending on who you buy them from on the M120s. But fixed it for a lot less than that. So puts a hell of a little spark for a. I mean, look at the gap on that thing. Probably a 1/4 inch gap spark. So yeah, these things are nice little units. They are UL listed. All of Gallagher's AC models for the last 30 plus years have been all UL listed units. And with it being a UL listed unit, underwriter or laboratories, where they call them, per their rules, they have to have these stupid little security screws in them. So this one takes a T20 security bit, a T20 Torx. The tamper-proof Torx bit will take it out. We'll pull it open here and show you the inside of it so you can see it. But the transformers in these things hardly ever go bad. I mean, they're really rare to go bad. I've seen these things, like this one got hit by lightning. And on the AC side, it bridged right across to the output side. But the transformer was still good. So these transformers are pretty, I don't know, call them bulletproof or not, but man, they hardly ever go bad. And the transformers that are used in this one are also used in the a couple of other Gallagher models. They're used in the M250 and M400 unit. So it's this big old red transformer. They still use a variation of this transformer even today. This thing's almost pushing 20 years old. But they use this transformer style way back in the day, back in the early 80s or late 80s, early 90s on other small units. They use a variation today in some of their models now, still today. So, and then Gallagher makes their transformers in-house. They don't outsource them to China or anybody else. They make their own transformers in-house. They build all their boards in-house as well. The capacitors, which is this piece right here, they, of course, they don't make those. They have to get those from somebody. But most manufacturers that make this electric fence stuff don't make their own capacitors. They get them outsourced from somebody, who knows. But a lot of them, all the good brands anyways, use the same brand of capacitor. They use them, Gallagher, Speedrite, Cyclops, Power Wizard on their new stuff, and Stay Fix. You know, those guys, they all use HK film capacitor. That's the company. So if you type in hkfilmcapacitor.com or just search that, they're about the only place really made nowadays that makes pulse grade capacitors for electric fence chargers. That place makes all kinds of capacitors for all sorts of stuff, but that's Hong Kong film capacitor, so it's China capacitor, but it's very high quality for China made product, you know. So it is what it is. But they're the only ones that make a pulse grade type capacitor. Parmac doesn't use pulse grade capacitors. Reba, I don't think, does either on any of their stuff. I don't even know where they get their stuff made. But yeah, it's a good old unit. It's pretty simple. I mean, there are some surface mount stuff on the back side, not a lot, but a lot of it's really basic stuff. We got a multiplier circuit that goes through these 3 capacitors to kind of build the charge up gradually, gets it over to this big old capacitor here. There's a timing device right here, and it's a SCR, so it fires that and triggers that big capacitor there. Capacitor takes all that energy, puts it over to the transformer. Transformer takes that voltage, spikes it up across these 2 terminals, and if you follow the tracks on there, it's hard to see. Follow the tracks on there. This one and this one are your outputs, so you can see kind of follows it along and puts it over to your fencing ground right there. So pretty good old school unit. Really like them. You know, most people would throw these things away, but man, they're so well built. I would really, if you could fix one of these, depending on the cost of one, fix one of these old style Gallaghers versus buying a new unit of some sort, I would really fix an old one, because that's back when they were really well made and stuff. I mean, Gallagher stuff's still good today. They're just not cheap. I mean, this thing was $100 back in its day, and you can get a 1 joule stored joule unit of Gallagher for about 80 to 120, somewhere in that range. It's probably a 1.2 to 1.6 joule, so you can actually get a bigger joule unit for the same price you could have bought a 1 joule unit back 20 years ago. So Gallagher's giving you more power for the money, kind of thing. But the Gallagher stuff's still well built. It's just like the old ones better. So slide this case back together. There we go. But hopefully you like this video. I mean, this is kind of a review talking about this unit works and how good they are and stuff. But old Gallagher stuff from the late 70s, early 80s, all the way to early 2000s, that stuff was really, really, really well built. I mean, their stuff, like I said, nowadays is still well built in the last like 5 years, but they had that little stretch from like 2005 to about 2012, 13, and certain models that were just not the greatest. They tweaked and changed them over time, and they got really good towards the end of that lifespan of those units. But the new ones that are out now seem to be really well built too. We don't hardly ever get any new Gallagher stuff, and you usually get ones that are 10, 15, 20, 30, 40-year-old units in sometimes. So, but those things would run 20 years with no problem. I talked to the guy that owns this one. With it being 2004, he said, I think I bought that late 2004, maybe early 2005, which is probably right around the time, which corresponds with the age of the unit. And I asked him, says this ain't ever been worked on before? He said, nope. So in 16 years or whatever of him owning 15 years of him owning it, never been worked on until now. And that was because lightning burned it up. But luckily, like I said, we replaced the fuse, cleaned up and repaired the board on the output side where it bridged across over here. It was arcing and bleeding everywhere and burnt stuff everywhere. But we did a lot of cleaning, a lot of replacement of traces and tracks on the board, and replaced some components that were burned out. But once I did that, burnt like a dream. And we actually ran this unit with a load on it for about 2 days just to make sure everything was working fine. It never missed a beat, just kept on clicking right along. So, but anyways, you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to our channel. We've got 395 videos or whatever it is, almost 400 videos on YouTube of all sorts of stuff, reviews on videos or fence chargers, how to fix things, how things work, all sorts of things. So, but go to our website, fencerfixer.com. Fencer and Fixer is both spelled F as in Frank. And you can go to our website, the link down below, but there's a link to our site there. Where the hell it's at? There it is, right there. And call me, that phone number there, it comes straight to me, so you can call or text me anytime. It's my cell phone. So, but anyways, we're a mom and pop shop, just work on fence chargers for people from old style, new style. Once 30, 40, 60 years ago, we work on a lot of old ones for people sometimes too. Not as much as we used to, but we still get them in. But hopefully you like this stuff. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.